Have you ever come across someone who lives in isolation yet is a mystery wrapped in an enigma? Very adept in social settings. We are discussing the elusive. The uncommon breed of Sigma males who dance to their own rhythm are often misinterpreted while having an irresistible charm. Sigmas are the lone wolves of the social hierarchy, frequently viewed as outsiders, but don't be deceived. Their independence and self-reliance are choices rather than results of rejection. They can be dangerous, but not in the sense you might think, but rather in their capacity to upend the status quo, question accepted wisdom, and confuse those who underestimate them. This film takes viewers on a voyage inside the world of Sigma guys, exploring their distinctive traits and trying to solve their enigmatic nature. So fasten your seatbelts and join us as we explore the mysterious world of Sigma guys in further detail and expose the 7 ways they demonstrate their threat. The first way that Sigma males display their dangerous side is by being withdrawn. However, this is not a result of shyness or social incompetence. Rather, it is a conscious decision on the part of Sigma males to avoid the typical social chatter and surface-level interactions. They find peace in their own company and prefer the quiet contemplation of a solitary evening to the loud clamor of a crowded room. This preference for solitude makes Sigma males rather unpredictable and challenging to read. They are like those enigmatic characters in a novel who would rather remain in the background, observing and comprehending, than be in the spotlight. Their solitude offers them a unique perspective on life, enabling them to see things from perspectives that others might overlook. Let's take an example here. A Sigma male would be quietly observing, taking in the surroundings, people, their behaviors, and their words, allowing them to pick up on subtle cues and details that others may overlook. However, this is where the danger lies. Their solitude, when combined with their keen observational skills, makes them formidable strategists. They can predict outcomes, see patterns, and make connections that others simply cannot. Their solitude is their fortress, their sanctuary. It's where they think, strategize, plan, recharge, refuel, and refuel. Being solitary is not a sign of weakness, but rather of strength. It is not a reflection of his incapacity to interact with others, but rather of his decision to put his own mental space first. It also reflects his curiosity about the world from his distinct perspective, as seen by an untrained Sigma male. The next time you see a Sigma male, keep in mind that his solitude is not just a preference, it is his power. Although solitude may appear innocuous, it is actually a weapon they wield with mastery. It is their shield, their sword, their sanctuary, and their strategy room. It is how they navigate the world by comprehending and mastering it. Self-sufficiency is the second method Sigma men demonstrate their threat. A Sigma male's independence is both his strength and his weakness. It makes them unpredictable and difficult to control. This trait goes beyond simply being able to fix a flat tire or prepare their own meals, though they are capable of doing those things as well. Rather, it's a way of thinking and living that values independence above all else. Take the corporate world, for instance. The stigmatized guy is constructing his own ladder while many are moving up the corporate ladder. He is an entrepreneur working on a revolutionary startup, a freelancer managing many tasks, or the digital. The Sigma male's independence is on full display in social situations as well. He doesn't need the approval of peers or the validation of a crowd because he is content with his own company and is a nomad working from a beach in Bali. He doesn't rely on a corporation for his identity or a boss for his paycheck. This can make him somewhat of a wild card because he doesn't have the same motivations as other people. Instead, he pursues his own happiness and fulfillment rather than fame or a reputation. However, this independence can also be dangerous because the Sigma male isn't dependent on anyone else, is difficult to control or influence, and isn't influenced by peer pressure or social expectations. He sets his own rules and follows his own course. Some people may find this unnerving, particularly those who value the consistency of conventional roles and hierarchies. However, it's crucial to keep in mind that this self-sufficiency is a survival tactic and not an indication of conceit or owl. It's how the Sigma M navigates a world that often values conformity rather than uniqueness, popularity over sincerity. Sigma male self-sufficiency is not just a lifestyle choice, it is a survival tactic. It serves as his buffer against societal pressures and expectations, and his instrument for establishing his own niche in the world. Thirdly, Sigma males are dangerous because they are strategic thinkers. By dangerous, I don't necessarily mean that they are physically dangerous. Rather, I mean that they have an amazing ability to plot, analyze, and determine the best course of action. These Sigma males are like the grand masters of the chessboard that is life. Instead of jumping into situations head first, they take a step back, evaluate the field, and carefully consider their next move. These men are analytical. They analyze situations and problems with the vision of a scalpel, cutting through the surface and peeling back layer after layer until they reach the core. Their analytical nature enables them to see patterns, predict outcomes, and anticipate moves before they are made. They are the ones who play the game with an end game in mind. It seems like they have a sixth sense, but in reality, it's just their strategic mind at work. For example, if a Sigma male is in a competitive setting, like the workplace or a social setting, where others might view a challenge as an obstacle, he sees it as an opportunity and doesn't just try to overcome it. Instead, he plans his moves by looking at the big picture and identifying potential opportunities and pitfalls. As a result, he is proactive rather than reactive, which makes them fierce rivals. Don't underestimate a Sigma male. Although they may be quiet and reserved, beneath that quiet exterior is a strategic mind that is constantly planning and calculating. In the chess game of life, the Sigma male is always several moves ahead. They are not only thinking about the present, but also about the future. They are not only responding to what is happening in front of them, but they are anticipating what will happen next. The fourth way that Sigma guys are harmful is via their distinct dominance. You may be wondering what this means. How does it function effectively? Allow me to explain. Unlike their alpha counterparts, Sigma males don't use loud gestures, aggressive posturing, or overt displays of power to assert their dominance. Instead, they subtly influence those around them, guiding situations and people toward their desired outcomes with a quiet strength that often goes unnoticed. Think of a river as though it were calm and serene on the surface, but beneath it is a powerful current that propels everything forward. That's the Sigma male. They quietly go about their business, making significant decisions frequently from the shadows. Their influence is like a whisper that reverberates in the subconscious minds of those around them. Consider a situation at work when a team project is underway and everyone is spouting ideas in an attempt to outdo one another. In the middle of this turmoil, the Sigma male watches, listens, and then, in a cool, controlled voice, provides a perceptive answer. His well-considered solution, delivered with calm confidence, strikes a chord with the team despite his lack of attention-seeking or aggressively pushing his concept. His idea is accepted not because he controlled the discussion, but rather because he controlled the thinking process. Another illustration is seen in social contexts. Indeed, the Sigma male is a discreet dominator. They may not be the loudest or most noticeable person in the room, but their influence is undeniable, which is what makes them dangerous. They can alter the course of events, influence decisions, and impact lives without anyone even realizing what's happening. Sigma males frequently observe and learn that they may not be the life of the party, but they understand people's motivations, fears, and desires. They use this knowledge to subtly steer conversations and influence decisions. The Sigma male can establish his dominance of the jungle landscape without having to roar. Fifth, script. The unpredictable nature of Sigma men makes them harmful in the field of psychology. Because they march to the beat of their own drum and disregard conventions and expectations, Sigma guys often stand out for their unusual outlook on life, which makes their behavior unexpected and thus highly threatening. Let's explore the world of uncertainty, which is the Sigma male's domain. They mock the idea of social norms as conformity. Their preference for making their own does not imply that they are careless or reckless. Rather, independent thinkers who respect their autonomy to make decisions and behave in accordance with their convictions. And intuitions consider a chess player who, rather than employing standard tactics, employs surprising moves to keep their opponent guessing. This is an example of a Sigma male in action. They are the joker in the pack, the enigma that cannot be solved by conventional means, and the wild card. They are the joker in the pack, the wild card, and the enigma that cannot be solved using traditional techniques. The Sigma male holds the reins of unpredictability and thus wields a distinct form of power. When you're dealing with a Sigma male, keep in mind that they are free spirits who chart their own course, dance to their own rhythm, and don't follow the rules of the game, but they sure know how to play it with a Sigma male. This unpredictability can be both intriguing and intimidating. It's intriguing because it's difficult to understand them and figure out what they'll do next. It's like trying to solve a puzzle with pie that doesn't seem to fit anywhere, yet they do. The sixth reason Sigma males are dangerous is that they are skilled negotiators. Let's examine this. Sigma males are skilled negotiators, but they approach the process in a way that comes across as almost casual and uninterested. This lack of interest or preparation is actually a calculated tactic that gives them an advantage in negotiations and deals. Imagine yourself in a discussion with a Sigma man. He is reclining back in his chair, arms crossed, with a half grin on his lips. He listens more than he says, but when he does, his remarks are precise and cut right to the core of the issue. He is like a chess player, coolly and slowly making his moves unmoved by the ticking clock or the mounting stakes. There is no urgency in his voice or enthusiasm in his eyes. This may be frightening, even threatening, leaving you to question whether he needs this deal or is even interested. The risk is that, in response to a Sigma male's casual demeanor, the other person may feel pressured to make a greater effort to contribute. The balance of power may then gradually change, and before you realize it, the Sigma male will have the upper hand. Imagine a situation where a Sigma male is negotiating a job offer. He isn't particularly excited about the pay or the amount of work. Instead, he is just there, questioning the terms and suggesting changes in a cool, collected manner that may make the hiring manager, who is eager for his experience, feel sweetened. When a Sigma male negotiates, he does so with the cool detachment of a seasoned poker player. This is the power of the nonchalant negotiator, the dangerous sixth way. The deal upping the salary, adding perks, all in an attempt to get him on board. This nonchalant negotiation style is a potent weapon in a Sigma male's arsenal. It's a testament to their confidence, self-sufficiency, and strategic thinking, and it's one of the ways they quietly and unassumingly secure their victories. Lastly, the seventh method. Sigma men demonstrate their danger is via their intuitive intelligence, a quality of their character that is sometimes disregarded but is essential to their capacity to traverse the world in their own special manner. Understanding the nuances of human nature and using that knowledge to one's benefit is what this intuitive intelligence is all about. Not merely having a high IQ or being book smart. As if they have an internal compass that guides them to the truths that others frequently overlook, Sigma males usually possess a profound understanding of human nature. This understanding is often instinctive and has been developed over time through observation and experience rather than formal education. Their understanding of human nature and the motivations that drive people makes them extremely intuitive. Let's look at an example to demonstrate this idea. Imagine a room full of individuals, all of whom are disguised as politically correct and polite. Amid the commotion and laughter, the Sigma male sits silently and looks around the room. He is not only observing people, he is also reading their body language, tone of voice, words they use, and even their silence, all of which provide hints about their true feelings and intentions. This ability to intuitively understand and predict human behavior can be unsettling to some because it makes Sigma males unpredictable, difficult to control, and dangerous to those who try to manipulate or take advantage of them because they are always one step ahead. This ability allows Sigma males to read people in situations effectively. They can anticipate actions, reactions, and even potential threats before they become apparent to others. They can see the chessboard of life and plan accordingly, as if they were playing a game of poker, always knowing when to hold their cards close and when to call someone's bluff. And